Hey, this is Jonathan with Nomadic Cooling. We're here in Ogden, Utah to check out the new Drifterwagon shop. They just moved in a month ago. Let's take a look around and see what we got.
So what we have here is what I wouldn't consider a standard adventure wagon build. It's a custom adventure wagon build in the sense that we've gone with a two-tone upholstery package surrounding the AW1033 windows in the back, some Sierra Lawrence windows in the front, a single fan application, and in this situation this customer is going to have a Moab bed just below window level, and then below that they'll have some additional Flatline Vanco adult hanging solo beds, a pair coming in from the inside, the extra large Flatline Vanco box with Northwest Van Conversions 24-gallon tank over the wheel well. That's going to feed a Rivati sink and a custom galley box that's 40 inches by 20. Inside the galley box we also have a National Luna fridge freezer chest that's going to come out on 16-inch door slides, and also house a gray water tank and a Xantrex inverter. In between the galley box and the wheel well tank, we're going to install a Renogy 50 amp MPPT style DC to DC converter, which is going to take alternator power, solar power, and divvy that up between the house battery and the start battery. This floor is the standard thermal polyolefin TPO with some custom track inlaid into it. Just before the van was set to get the adventure wagon kit, we laid out the floor. Wasn't the best install, it didn't serve every purpose, but it'll certainly work for the future application to carry a few electric bikes and all the gear for the couple that owns this van. We have custom Kenwood Bluetooth system that's mounted in the door with an amplifier behind the wall, and this is a standalone system from the factory audio, and that'll allow them to play whatever they want over the Bluetooth. RB components, stuff sacks on the windows, Flatline Vanco over the galley box with the 42-inch cupboard, and a whole host of really interesting stuff under the hood, up to including a Battleborn GC2 100 amp hour battery, Baja LP9s on the front grille. Pretty bog standard van for drifter wagons. It's a little on the lower end of total customization, and we're just excited to keep doing this repetitive business. We love it. It's our bread and butter.
If you want it, we got it, okay? We can put anything you want inside the van, basically. You think of it, hot tub. Is there a hot tub in here? No. There's no hot tub? King beds, queen bed, two stacked on top of each other. You have a washer dryer. This is where you make your sandwiches up here. I think we have dirt bikes, mountain bikes, cross rocket bikes, any sort of bikes.
Welcome to the Phipps Whip. This is a good friend of mine from around the neighborhood, growing up the last 15, 18 years here in Ogden, and asked me to do a really special build for him. This is a completely custom interior build. We're starting with a 2019 passenger van, and we've completely stripped out all the windows, and we've gone with the AMA privacy half slider windows at all four corners. We've done a mock adventure wagon interior on this, in the sense that our L-track rail positioning mimics that of the adventure wagon, but because adventure wagon doesn't really do this kit super well, we've just modified a couple of things to make this kit work best. We've got some galvanized C-channel up here in the ceiling that allows you to basically hang any amount of weight. Really good for hard cabinets, or if you just want to run a clean ceiling just like this, full sheets of plywood down the width, and no gear rail on the ceiling. It's a great option. This is a custom aluminum bent piece that we designed for Transit a few years ago, and just so happens to work really, really well in Sprinter as well. It gives us its inside dimension at 47.5 inches, which allows you to utilize the full width of the plywoods, and also runs the entire length of the van, and easily customizable for all of the different AC systems and wiring harnesses, and even potentially a left slider door if you so choose. Over here, every single seating position is going to have 120 volts as well as 12 volts USB and 12 volt socket. We've got 3 different rows of passenger seating, starting off with a factory quad in the back. We're moving up to a heavily sectioned shopforseats.com fold and tumble mid-row. And then we have here I don't even know the name of this company right here, but this is full swiveling captain's chairs, and there's going to be an aisle between to get to a full set of suspension, heating and cooled, air ride front captain's chairs as well. We've got every single high gain antenna system running up to the ceiling, as well as a Wii boost. This van is also getting 200 amp hours of battle borne under the hood, as well as a 2 kilowatt furnace and our full complement of DC to DC MPPT controller under the seat base. Factory stereo system. We're using some Adventure Wagon parts and pieces on this build just to facilitate all of the upholstery options. We've got custom trim rings for the back that allows the full use of the windows. And of course, we've sectioned up the AC system, took 15 inches, 18 inches out of the length of it, so it is actually not encumbering the big gigantic 17-inch square hole that's going to be fed through to a rooftop tent on an agile roof rack. And as far as we can tell, we've got about $4,000 worth of LP9s, LP6s, and a variety of zombie lights on the roof rack. Has not been shipped yet. Don't know when we're going to get it. Full custom unit. We're super excited. Around back, we're going to be dealing with a really large 64-liter refrigerator and a tailgate and go custom slid out tailgate kitchen system. So crazy enough, this build ships on Monday. That's 3 days from now for you folks at home. We're also going to have an RV component shelf right here. We call it the concussion rack because for the first 5 times you touch it, it's your head and it's a concussion. Other than that, the floor is just a standard 3/4 inch marine grade plywood that we are going to clean, sand, and then polyurethane. Customer's going to sticker bomb it, and then we're going to go ahead and overlay another grip layer of polyurethane with some fine sand pumice to give it a little bit of grip. And down here on the floor we have this massive plate that allows us to use the factory holes and bolt this plate down so we're not making any perforations that don't need to happen. And of course, flatline Vanco, slider indoor step extension, and this really neat build. We are missing some additional plywood that's going to go in this space, but we still have a bunch of wiring to do, so that'll be here in the next day or so. If you have any questions, any needs, look us up at drifterwagons.com or text me at 801-391-7544 or shoot me an email at james@drifterwagons.com. Let's get you going where the going get lost.
Drifter Wagon is where the going gets lost. I'd like everybody to remember that, okay? And also remember, go further in comfort. Nomadic cooling.